welcome to episode 44 of the Animorphs Read Along broadcast. Today we are talking about book 38, The Arrival. I liked this book, she said in delighted surprise. We're kind of in the middle of what is generally thought of as the worst part of the Animorphs series, the late 30s, early 40s, but this book is pretty decent. It's a filler book that does very little to further the plot, but as we've seen in 36 and 37, filler books can be way worse. I also just feel like this is a great book for Axe in terms of showing how he's grown and how he's changed. So this book, like many recent books, has just decided to start us in the middle of the action. The Animorphs are rescuing Mr. King, the Chi, who has been captured by the Yeerks because he was doing some sleuthing for the Animorphs. It's going the way most Animorph missions go, and then bam! Andalites! Like actual real Andalites. This is not a drill. Axe is over the moon. You know, this is what he's been waiting for. He's reunited with his people again. But the other Animorphs are wary. They're like, look, Axe, no offense, but every time we've come into contact with Andalites, it hasn't really gone that well. The Animorphs are talking. The female knew my name. The only way she could know that is via the message I transmitted to the home planet or through the forces we encountered on Lyra. Funny you should mention Lyra, Marco said. He did not say anything more. He did not have to. There, for the first time in my life, I had learned that even an Andalite may be a traitor. The events on Lyra are definitely hanging over this book because that was when Axe basically, not betrayed, but kind of betrayed the Animorphs. This isn't a fleet of Andalites come to save them. This is 4 Andalites on a mission to assassinate Visser 3. Because of all the mistrust and everything, the Animorphs staged this fake fight and they dissolve the Animorphs and everyone storms out and it's super dramatic. Rachel tackles Marco. Cassie sheds a tear. The explosion was instantaneous. Rachel lunged for Marco. "Don't you ever touch me again," she screamed. Tobias fluttered to the ground, laughed bitterly. "That's it. I can't take this anymore. I'm losing my mind. I'm out. I'm out of here, out of this. I'm done, man." As I was reading this scene, at first I was like, this is really bad writing. I was like, why are they getting these characters all so wrong? Is this going to be a repeat of book 37? And then by the end of the scene, I was like, okay. It's fake. It's fake. And I was so relieved because I was like, this is nonsense. So it was intentionally nonsensical. This is the first female Andalite Axe has seen in a long time, and he immediately feels attracted to her. Estrid is young and beautiful, and they share a love of human candy and human kissing. After the Animorphs had their big fake falling out, Axe goes and is living on the Andalite ship and is working with them full time, and everything seems kind of off. Axe does some serious snooping and discovers that Arbat actually is here to commit genocide. They have this virus that will be able to wipe out the Yeerks, but Estrid says it might kill humans too. They don't know. There's a chance. When Axe finds this out, Arbat locks him in a cage and he's like headed to the Yeerk pool to pour this virus in the pool. This is when the big reveal happens that the Animorphs have been here the whole time. They've been living on the Andalite ship and sneaking around. So they let Axe out and all of them go to the Yeerk pool to stop Arbat. Suddenly seems a lot easier to get into the Yeerk pool. In book 17, they tunneled for over a week just to get down there and still almost die, and now they're just like strolling in. They went to the pool in Visser, they went to the pool in 37, they went to the pool in this book. Yeerks, tighten up on your security, man. They stop Arbat. Bonrod comes to the rescue by blasting his way down into the pool, like destroying a McDonald's in the process. I mean, how much damage to the city have the Animorphs done in the last few weeks? First, under Rachel's leadership, they like wreak havoc all over town and destroy everything. Then they crash a plane into a building. Then they wipe out a McDonald's. I don't know, who's the bigger menace to Earth, the Yeerks or the Animorphs? This book is really Axe's big moment to like prove his loyalty once and for all. When Axe tells Estrid that he's been working with the Animorphs all along to trick them, she says, "You lied to your own people." I shook my head. "No. I have learned something, Estrid. These are my people. Anyone who believes in freedom, anyone who resists tyranny, anyone who pursues peace is my people. Andalite, Hork-Bajir, or human." This kind of speech is like what I've been dreaming of since Axe first appeared on the scene. It took him a long time to get here. How cute is it that Axe and Tobias go on little trips to the food court together when they find money? Their lives may be depressing and filled with loneliness, but every now and then they get to go to the food court and buy some junk food, and that makes it all worth it. The book ends, and Axe says, "We walked along the dark streets, my friends and I, my more than friends. We laughed, so relieved to simply be alive. We joked. Cassie held my hand, and in the darkness where no one could see, I cried. Kind of a melodramatic ending, but I mean, Axe did just say goodbye to someone who he could potentially have really cared about, Estrid, and he gave up a chance to go home. And so even though he knows it was the right thing to do, he's sad. So he's crying outside in the dark. While this book maybe could have been better in terms of contributing to long-term plot, it did not suffer from any of the grotesque mischaracterizations of the last book, and therefore gets an A+ in comparison. So yeah, those are all my thoughts about Animorphs number 38, The Arrival. The next book is book number 39, The Hidden. If you want to keep up with this read along, subscribe to this channel or follow me on Twitter, and I will see you on Thursday.